Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. Just gonna wait for a couple of seconds so that others could join us. And if you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section. Cause I still have a love-hate relationship with what's it called, with StreamYard. Guys, if you can hear me, please let me know in the comment. Oh, guys, if you can hear me, let me know in the comment section. In the meantime, while I'm waiting, I'm just going to play a little bit of music while others join us, and everyone should get ready with their wine. Okay.
Hey, it's that mama 5, living life, feeling alive. From kids to culture, news to tea. Real talk, real life. Come vibe with me. That mama 5, she's got the vibe, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. You're watching that mama 5, where real stories meet real life.
Okay, hello everybody. Hello and welcome. Happy Saturday to each and every one of you. And like I said, please guys, if you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section. Yes, my face is oily as hell because I've been out all day today and I only just came home about half an hour ago after eating my Chinese. Yes. Anyway, welcome back again, guys. Happy Saturday. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. How are you guys doing? I hope you all, to those who are celebrating Valentine, I hope you all are having an amazing time and an amazing day wherever you are, whatever it is you've been up to. I hope you all are having fun. So I don't waste anybody's time, I will just want to dive straight into today's topic. And obviously, because it's Valentine's Day, I'm not going to be here for a very long time, maximum an hour. Yes. So we all know the drama that's been going on between Sophia Momodu and Davido. And I'm sure you all know who Davido is. You all know who Sophia Momodu is. So these two, there's no, I don't think there's anything strange between these two. Yes. So as we all know, Davido is Omobabolowo. You all know popular Davido. Let me pop this image on the screen. You all know Davido there. Is a superstar. Is Omobabolowo. Is this, is that, is this, is that. And then we all know Sophia Momodu. Sophia Momodu happens to be one of his baby mamas. Sophia Momodu, I would say, is originally the mother of Davido's first child. Yes, originally the first mother, the mother of Davido's first child. I want to believe that Imade is Davido's first child. We don't know about any counterfeit. Well, according to Babadeleke said the other one, they already did that many DNA that nobody are picking. So, in my own, to the best of my knowledge, Imade is the first child of Davido, and Sophia Momodu is the mother to Imade. So, we all know how these two started. Well, I don't know if I know how they started, but yes, they were lovebirds because I have watched a few narratives of how both of them were, and people were like, "Oh, it was allegedly a one-night stand." That that it was a allegedly one night stand, that they were not dating, that why did she keep the pregnancy, that after all she was older than Davido, that how can the grandma be, be doing bedroom things with Davido at this age, that she should have gone to the hospital or pharmacy to go and do something so that she doesn't get pregnant and some. Hello, Sister Rose, long time. Oh, hey, it's been long. Oh, you know the kind of issue that the kind of job that I am. It's been a long time. Good to see you, ma'am. Welcome. Please like and share. So, like I said, I've watched a lot of narratives and stories of how these people got down. But one thing I want to know is, I want you guys to know is this thing that happens between both of them. I am sure there are people who knew them well then and who knew that they dated. This is what they being together was not a matter of I won't quickly chop clean out. But those who knew them knew they dated. So this talk of she was older than Davido, blah 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 blah, all of that shenanigans. So and we all know when Sophia had Imade, I'm trying to just give a quick summary for those of you who might not be aware or who is not following that story. For when David Imade and when Sophia had Imade, there was a lot of drama that went down. A lot of drama went down. Apparently, it was alleged that Sophia was high on colos, was chopping something, and was an unfit mother allegedly, and that when she was pregnant with Imade, some things they noticed that some things were not going the way they were meant to be with Imade allegedly, and that was when Davido attempted to take Imade out of Nigeria. So at some point, this news got to Sophia Momodu's ears, and yes, Dele Momodu is Sophia's uncle. So Dele Momodu is a brother to Sophia's mom. So then Dele Momodu sprang into action to ensure that they were not able to take Imade out of Nigeria. And I believe, I don't know if it was Dubai or wherever they were going. And I think the only thing then that would allow them take Imade, apparently to them, they said they wanted to fly Imade out of the country to go seek help, to go seek treatment, because allegedly Sophia was under some sort of substances that's impact that's affected Imade allegedly in some ways. That was the story then. And I still remember that story well because I read it. So, and then apparently, I think it was Dubai they were trying to take Imade to. And Sophia were like, no, you can't take my child away from me. And the way they were planning to take that baby away, they would just plan without telling Sophia where they were taking that baby to. And one of the Davido's sister was meant to act as the mother of Imade, but then their plan was foiled. And Sophia and uncle came to say, no, come, they are trying to take my baby out of my, out of my sight. And then the only thing that Sophia agreed to was that if they're going to take Imade anywhere, she goes anywhere Imade goes. Anywhere her daughter goes, she goes. And I don't blame her. So I don't know how they trashed that matter. At some point, I don't know if they went for that trip or not, but that was that story then. And there was a lot more. In fact, even before all of this, the Imade being Imade Davido's daughter, there were cases of DNA tests. DNA test was also done on Imade, allegedly. So this case of DNA or no DNA, it's not Davido can share DNA. Davido is not a stranger to DNA all of his baby mamas. He's not a stranger to doing that allegedly. So all of that matter went on. At some point, Davido sang a song where he insulted Dele Momodu. Dele na my boy, Dele na my boy. I was still listening to that song how many days ago there. Dele na my boy. Dele, such disrespect over the fact that yes, you had a child with his niece. You tried to take the daughter out of her presence. She decided that no, if you don't take her, you're not taking her child away. So this issue of child custody has always been an issue from the start. And I'm trying to run this story briefly so that you guys understand where I am going to go at some point in this story. So there's always been that issue of, Babolowo, who knew Sophia. Sophia was running street allegedly was a nice stand, blah, 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 blah. And then DNA to confirm that Davido was the father. And then allegedly Sophia was on DRUGS. It affected Imade allegedly. They want to take her Imade out to Dubai, blah, blah, blah. All of that story. So custody has always been an issue from the beginning. So no, there was back and forth. I think for a very long time after that case happened, there was a lot of quietness. Nobody seemed to know what was happening. But like I said, Davido sang a song, Dele na my boy, Dele na my boy. And there's another one like if you know go Dubai, he sang that song. I can't remember the lyrics of that song. He just sang the song to this Daily Momodu and to this Sophia and all of that. And since then, the HATE towards Sophia, since that instance, from the camp of Davido, especially his fans, not now out of this world. And so fast forward, Sophia has been looking after. I mean, Sophia has always had Imade, and yes, we often see videos of the video here and there with Imade, events going out, blah blah blah. And in recent years, you'll have seen several other family events that has happened. You won't find Imade there. So that's glaring to see that the issue has not been resolved. However, fast forward to when, unfortunately, Davido's son Ifeanyi passed away. People still came around saying, "No, they were bashing Sophia." I don't know why. If anything happens or if anything is going wrong, around Davido, they always find a way of just putting Sophia in the middle of it. So all of that is happened. All of that happened with the son. May the soul of the Ifeanyi rest, continue to rest in perfect peace. Such a beautiful, handsome baby boy. So all of that happened there. The video went off social media. It was Choma went off social media as well. They went off social media for a very long time. And yes, the camp of Davido, they did not cease to continue to drag Sophia. All of that went there. And then again, there were other stories of, you all know, Davido's baby mama, then plenty well. So fast forward to when Davido was going to get married traditionally to Chioma. Was that in last year or year before last year? They had their traditional wedding in Nigeria. And few months or few weeks to that wedding, a citation appeared on social media, a court case. And now I think I'm open to correction, guys. If you can hear me in the comment section, please, I am open to correction. If there's anything that I'm getting wrong, please kindly let me know in the comment section. I'll correct myself, okay? If I'm not mistaken, prior to Davido getting married to Chioma in Nigeria, it was Davido that dragged Sophia to the courts over this custody issue with Imade. Please, guys, correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. Prior to, like I said, a few weeks or a couple of weeks before, on the run up to Davido getting married to Chioma in Nigeria, there was a court petition came around on social media where it was alleged that Davido was paying school fees, Sophia complained of there was no car, he provided cars, that he wanted to provide a house, that a house he bought in so area, that Sophia turned down the house. Like there was a lot of things that allegedly they claimed that Davido was providing to Sophia, but still she would not allow Davido see Imade. And I remember clearly when that court sightings came out, the likes of Tiwa Savage, Tokema Kenwa, those are close friends of Sophia Momodu. Tiwa Savage especially, you guys will know Sophia Momodu is very, very close to Tiwa Savage, very, very close. And I think Tiwa Savage's son and Sophia's daughter, they are almost towards the same age, okay? So I remember during that time, Sophia Momodu and Tokema Kenwa and Tiwa Savage were drumming support for Sophia. Saro said, I think it was Sophia that took. All right, okay, I can't remember, but yeah. So the court, from the citation of the court, it was listed that Davido provide everything that Imade needed. Accommodation, that he was going to buy a house for her, so that in the house or something she was asked to come live somewhere. Sophia turned it down. That it was at some point. So all of those things, they listed that Davido provided vehicles, provided security, whatever, to Sophia, but still she would not allow Davido to see Imade. Audrey said, you are right, it was Davido who took out Sophia to court. Thank you so much, Audrey, for correcting that. Thank you so much. Because I was like, I read somewhere that it was Davido who took her to court. So in the petition, it was listed that all the things that Davido has provided or was willing to provide for Imade, or was even providing, but Sophia would not allow Davido, access to Imade. But then the twist came round. Because stories came out that, well, you were providing these things, but that was not the only thing you were providing. Yes, you may be providing these things, but that was not what it was. Not really Imade that you wanted to see. From Sophia's clapback, Sophia clapped back that Davido came to her and was still benching her when he was supposedly with Chioma. Hello guys, I see you. Esther said then not now. I said yes, then. I'm not saying now. Then Esther. Then when that court petition came out, Tiwa Savage was rooting for Sophia. And I want to believe that it was because of that instance that Davido and Tiwa Savage fell out. Yes, they two now, Tiwa Savage and Davido, they are not on good terms anymore since that incident. So yeah. Audrey said Sophia was asked to move to their family house. Thank you. You are right. It was Davido. Well, whichever. I'm not sure, but I'm sure I read somewhere that it was Davido who took Sophia to court. So when that petition was released to the public, Sophia came back with an epic clapback saying, "Well, it was your child. It was not only Imade. Yeah, you were saying that you are asking, or you are using Imade to come and take something else, which meant that." What she was practically saying that yes, you're coming to see your daughter, but at the same time, you were asking for access to her body. And I want to believe that during the time that Davido was off when he lost Ifeanyi, when he was meant to be grieving, where every time he was going to go and see Imade, he was still benching Sophia allegedly, based on what the epic clapback that Sophia came to give that. Yes, you were coming for your daughter, but then you were allowed access to my body. So in a way, at some point, even though people claim that they had a one night stand to have Imade, years later, as they are supposed to be co-parenting, it was obviously clear that Davido was still sleeping with Sophia, even though he was with Chioma. So I'm not going to say much more than that. That was when everything burst, scatter. I'm sure I reacted. I did a live stream in regards to that. Audrey said Sophia refused Davido to come see Imade in her house because yes. So I think yeah, you are right, Audrey, because she would not allow him come, because obviously anytime she allows him access to to where Imade is in their house, it was always an opportunity for Davido to bench her. So I'm not going to say much more about that. So I remember clearly I reacted, and one thing I want you guys to know is this: Sophia is a mom, Davido is a father. Sophia did not make Imade herself, and Davido did not make or give birth to Imade himself. And on this channel, if you are new here, you might not know this, but if you're an OG on my channel, I always say this, that it takes two to tango. By the time Davido was benching girls, he was an adult. It was an adult. It must have been in the limelight, maybe even in the adult thingy before we even know it. And I don't want to believe that it was Sophia that I don't want to believe that Sophia was the first woman that took Davido's virginity, if you should put it that way. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. And yes, I don't want to believe that it was Davido that shined Sophia's Congo for the first time. Both of them are consenting adults. They knew what they were doing before they got down to do the do. And one thing I've always said on my channel is that regardless of how a relationship goes, either you are married or you are not married, either you're a baby mama or you're a baby daddy, as long as there's a child between both of you, I don't believe in not allowing either party to have access to that child. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're poor. Let's say as a woman now, as a woman, if the relationship did not work with the father, with the child's father, as long as the father is willing, is actively seeking to be a part of that child's life, you have no reason whatsoever not to allow the man access to his child. I've always maintained that stance. And same thing goes to the man as well, because a typical African man, when a relationship ends between him and a woman, the man automatically wants the child. A quick example and a quick reminder of that is Panedu and Regina Daniels. We all saw what's happened there, right? And that is typical of our African men. Relationship ends, they always want access, full total control, custody of that child. They don't want the woman to ever have that child. But in this case of Sophia, I've always faulted her. And why I am faulting her is the fact that, if you know Kerewa with Davido, you don't go ever get belly of Imade. And if Davido Kerewa you, Sophia, he will not have Imade. So Imade belongs to both of you. and for the fact that he is actively seeking, he is actively wanting to be a part of that child's life, why are you denying him? And I understand where she's coming from. That anytime he comes around, he wants to have access to her body. This is that. I know what? I think there is something. There is something that Sophia wants from Davido that both of them are not telling us. I don't know. Maybe Davido promised Sophia something, and because Davido promised her something, that's that thing she's holding on to, and she's now using Imagine to suffer Davido. In my own opinion, I believe there's something in between both of them that is not open to the public or even to their families yet. Because tell me why Sophia has not moved on. I don't think I've ever seen a guy that has been associated with Sophia since the video. Thank you, Lisa. So Lisa said, Davido has said in an interview that he has dated 2 girls before Sophia. Thank you, because I was on a live stream earlier on, and that person was talking about I'm like, no. Davido don't live for America before. In diaspora, do you know the age that children, young teenagers in diaspora, do you know what age they start to do kerewa? So when I look at all of this story before what happened recently happened, I've always thought that there's something between these two that is not known to their families or to their loved ones. It's either, but Audrey, Sophia never showcased any bubble now. I don't think I've ever seen any story say, then catch Sophia with one guy for somebody, or then see Sophia go to. I don't think I've ever seen it, but maybe I'm not looking hard enough. But yeah. So, like I was saying, I think there's something in between these people. I don't know, maybe Davido promised Sophia something during the course of the time he was going back to go and be benching her. I think there is something Sophia is wanting from Davido that Davido is not willing to give. Hence why Sophia is not backing down. I have a strong feeling there's something. But anyway, fast forward to I remember when that case of before he got married to Chioma, there was a bass back and forth, and he came out and said, "Oh, the Pekin, I don't leave the Pekin for you. That is done enough." I remember clearly, guys. If you remember that tweet, let me know in the comment section. Just before he got married to Chioma. Yeah, I think when the case, the whole saga came around, people dragged him, they dragged Sophia, they dragged him, they dragged Sophia, and yes, it was Sophia that people dragged a lot. And I'm sure there was a post he made that, "Come, I don't leave the Pekin for her. Make she do whatever she wants to do." So, one thing is this, before we go on to the real issue that happened in the past few days, I'm going to take you guys back to the story of what happened to Ifeanyi. And what happened to Ifeanyi, I am not using it to mock him in any way. I am not saying no parent deserves such, especially as Chioma, that was Chioma's first child. No parent deserves the death of a child. So if you remember clearly, both of them went out for an event, and Ifeanyi was meant to be at home with tons of people. And if you know Davido moves around with a lot of people. So yes, nobody expects Chioma. I mean, in my own opinion, hello, Annie babe, my big sister, how are you? Welcome. Guys, please like this live stream for me. In my own opinion, a child as young as that, I am sorry, as a first-time mom, I will take my child with me to that party that we're going, or to that function that we're going. I will take my child with me. But like I said, this is not to fault her. This is not to shame her. But as a mother, being that's your first child, Mr. Sunday, welcome. Being that's your first child, and you have the capacity to have 20 nannies to follow you to where you are going for that event, I will take that child with me. But yeah, there's no point crying over a split. May God continue to look after that baby boy. So, with what was said, I understand where Sophia is coming from. And I'm still going to keep faulting her that why don't you want Davido to be a part of this girl's life? He's actively wanting to be a part of her life. Why? Because these children, you, the mother, might toil so hard for these children. Once they grow older, you can't decide where they're going to spend most of their time for them. That child might say that, okay, mom, you had me up until the age of 18. That child might decide to camp with her father. And you, the mother, she might only just speak to you over the phone once a week. There's, like I said, if each party are willing to be a part of that child's life, why not just sit down, come to an agreement? That's why I said there is something that both Davido and Sophia, they've not let their family and people know that they've both said to each other. Even Chioma might not know this. So now going back to what happened, both of them traveled for an event and they left them Ifeanyi with tons of people. Like I said, Davido moves with a lot of people. There's meant to be chef, there's meant to be nanny all over. That thing that happened to that child is a young child. In my own, I mean, thinking back, that boy's passing could have been avoided. Yes, they were irresponsible adults. Who knows? Maybe all of them pack it to that one side and they drink. They don't know the time when they pick it come up for inside house. That happened and that child passed away. And I'm of the opinion that Chioma could have taken that boy. Like I said, being a first-time mom, when I had my daughter, I took her everywhere. Even though my mom was with me. My mom would say, "Oh, leave her now, go to the market." I will take her. I took her everywhere I went. I know Bioma Babolowo. She could have taken that child with her. She could have taken 20 nannies with her to where they were going. But faith, no, God plans everything. Everything that happens, only God knows about it. So may the soul of that boy continue to rest in peace. So now, let me read your comment, guys. Footy fan said, Tifo, she's a guys, please, I wouldn't tolerate anybody calling anybody names here. I'm putting allegedly because we were not there when they were in Academosing. We don't know what they said to each other. We don't. So please, guys, let's continue to maintain our stance as adults. Okay, please like the live stream as you're coming. Babe said yes, that you will have taken the child with you. Thank you, my beautiful sister. Audrey is replying for the fire. You call. Oh, please, guys, don't call people. Mr. Sunday, welcome. Babe says she agrees. Mr. Sunday said child custody isn't your mate though. Audrey said, when I had my daughter, we go everywhere together. People call exactly, especially if it's your first child. You're like, the child where the picking where you first born for your life. Having such facilities available to you, like cars, guards, nanny. If it means to take 20 nanny with me, I will take 20 nanny. Even if where I was going was just for 24 hours, I will take that child with me. I will. Babe said, but I heard on another live stream that Davido and his sister, exactly, yes, because when they got to the airport and they were questioned, his sister claimed that Imade was her daughter. But meanwhile, somebody gave Sophia info that, come, this is what they have planned. That was how our uncle, Dele Momodu, used his tentacles to press button to make sure that that child did not leave that airport that day. Tell me if I'm wrong. So I understand exactly. So that's why I'm saying that even till now, that experience alone is enough for Sophia to say, lie, I will not leave my child with you. The kind of person I am, God forbid that happened to me, I would not allow the father near her. That's just how I roll. Because at the end of the day, just tell me what your plan was. Okay, you don't want to pay for my ticket. Let me know. Okay, you are taking the child to do so. Fine, no worries. I will go and find out to buy my tickets. But you lied to her. You didn't let her know where you were going. You were actually going to take a child away from her. Assuming they succeed in taking that child away, Sophia will have run mad. Sophia's life will have been ruined. Assuming they succeeded in taking the Imade away that time. But yeah, that was so. That alone is enough reason for Sophia to say, lie, no, we are not, lie, you're not coming near my daughter. But again, so when Dele Momodu is known, Davido's family is known, the story is everywhere, and I doubt they will have attempted to do this any other time. But let's move on. Audrey said, Anita said Davido was benching her when they called him. All of that. On the website, this was mentioned on Anita show this afternoon. Yes, it's true. It's true. In fact, there's a post circulating on Twitter just now that is actually repeating that story again of what happened. And Rose said, at the end of the day, it's Imade. We will be there. We will get there, my sister. Lisa said, Davido has been around Imade lately. It's just Sophia don't want him in her house. But Sophia, any child is not far from Davido. But Sophia, only child, is not fair for Davido to want to take her away from her. Yes, you're correct. So now, let's fast forward to what happened a few days ago. So they've been having this, like I said, the last case before you got married to Chioma. Yes, Imade was not anywhere at the wedding. in a way, I felt like Sophia should have allowed Imade attend that wedding. She does not necessarily have to be there. She, as the mother, does not necessarily have to be there. But that would have been an agreement that, okay, if you want this child to be there, a nanny must be there, a bodyguard must be there. This has to be put in place. I like, if you know you can't put these things into place, my daughter is not coming. But I wish Sophia had allowed Imade be a part of that wedding. At least so her dad has a step, like she has a stepmother. Or maybe not a step because Davido is not married Sophia. Anyway, so then he came out again to come out and say, hey, I've left the child for her. If the child grows, she will come find me. And I don't know why African fathers or Africans always think that, oh, the child will come and look for me. Hey, nowadays, children of nowadays, they don't come to find the father. If the father was a deadbeat, they don't see you. The child, they know they come. You will find that it is the father that is seeking to go and find the child. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So what happened is that Babe said, Davido started all this. Why would you try to kidnap your child and then later on you want to exactly? So like I said, that experience alone is enough reason to stop them, Sophia from allowing, Davido even access to that child. Even though she's been doing, we've seen Davido with Imade a few times, anytime he's in Nigeria. And even me going, I was like saying that, come, even Davido said no try. And I don't think it was because of the absence of his mom in his life. I don't want to believe so. Because you go school, you then teach you to wear rubber. But anything you see, they shook your cucumber. Like, but you went to school. You were taught, they don't teach you biology. Say, what is that? Reproductive system. That if you shuku, the thing go germinate now. They did not teach you that part. Even if nobody gave you KDY education. Reproductive system. And you guys know in Nigeria, when they are teaching you reproductive system in Nigeria, they will always make it raw. They will tell you, at least my biology teacher for Maryland Comprehensive Secondary School then, the teacher educated us raw. He did not tell us reproductive system, say a plant grow this plant. No, he told us in rare, like with raw words. You collabo, and you all know as young adults there, we were teenagers, the ages of 14, 15, secondary school. They were telling us, come, if you like, go and benching boy, you go get belly, you know, go school again. That was how I was taught reproductive system in secondary school. And I would imagine that he was taught the same. So he knew not to put his thing in anything. But that's another story for another day. Because, and I'm sure I reacted sometimes ago in the video where I said, I know he's now a father to how many baby mamas. And these children that we are giving birth to in this generation, they are children who at their birthdays, they want you there. At their birthdays, you have to be there. Christmas, you have to be there. So now that you have one in London, you have one in America, you have one in Nigeria. How do you want to divide yourself on Christmas Day to go and see all of these kids? How do you want to divide yourself to go and see all these kids on Christmas Day? How? Because most child will want to be with their dad on Christmas Day. How do you want to divide yourself? He just put himself into wahala. That's all I can see there. Anyway, let's move on. Audrey said both, but Imade and Sophia were both in America. When? Audrey, children nowadays don't. You find that it's the father that is finding them later on, and it's always because the father is looking for something. Audrey may say, I don't know who is happening. Well, I don't know who is advising him. Whoever is advising him does not have his best history at heart. That's all I know. They will also like Kedewa. No be small. It'd be like say they take out cost for him. So now let me share my screen with you. There are a few things I would want to dive into as I am talking about this phase of what happened recently. Okay, so as we all know, again, I was not expecting that there's going to be a case of child custody again because he already said before he wedded Chioma that come, I don't leave the pikin for him, let her do whatever. So I was surprised when posts started flying everywhere that they went to court again and that something happened, saying that they went to court again. Davido lost his school. And according to the post here, Davido allegedly loses his school during cross-examination in courts. That was a few days ago. Davido has been in court with his baby mama, Sophia Momodu, over the custody of Imade Adeleke. While in court today, things got heated during cross-examination. Some people had to hold Davido. Looks like Sophia won the battle. So as it was mentioned, it was said that while in court, that it was Davido's dad that was, trying to calm him down because, yes, he lost his cool. And if you remember then, Just before he got married to Chioma, when the case of battery, he also threw Sophia under the bus. In my own opinion, Davido does not have any respect whatsoever for Sophia. See, even if for nothing else, as the mother of your child, because these things happen, it will come out and rant, and you guys know that all of these celebrities, they can't control their followers, they can't control their fans. So if you have an issue, the issue that you should solve inside, you will now come and rant on social media, and social media will now go and meet the woman and their parents start cursing her, this, they will start cursing Sophia. Like, what will be Sophia own? What will be Sophia own? And then again, it's crazy that Davido should have learned from what happened during Ifeanyi, but he has not learned. And I'll let you guys know why I said that. But let's continue. So he lost his school. And what happened? He said he lost his school. This person, I don't think this person is a real lawyer. Guys, let me drink my chai coffee, please. Guys, please like the live stream. I really appreciate it, please. So it was said that he lost his school. And how did we know? This person here dropped this post saying, Davido in High Court, Yaba now. That was a few days ago. Come and see drama in court. The lawyer made 001 lose his patience during cross-examination. But you never saw I. You, I don't understand this English, guy. I can't even read this English. You never so high. The law is above you. Okay? So people commented, which of the cases, Rasteril, Davido coin, which other one? The person replied, his daughter, Imade's custody. It is very easy to do. Even a new lawyer will make him lose his patience. Who is never used to court appearance can be stressed during cross-examination. No matter how big or popular the person is, no matter how composed the person is, cross-examination is meant to shake tables, even if the tables are strong initially. So, we continue, cross-examination, blah, blah, blah. And the guy replied, yes, so the lawyer hit him and made him look worthless. He got angry, now in papa pet him. So, even at that, a lot of us were not sure what really happened in court that made him lost his school. Because even me, I was wondering that what could they have said to him that could have made him lose his school? Because at the end of the day, lawyers will fight dirty. And I'm sure, I think I saw a post and I dropped a comment there that if you can't get your emotions checked, if your emotions is shaking all over the place, do not take your case to court, because court lawyers will fight dirty. In fact, I am not even surprised that they did not even use the case of all of the things that Kem has been saying about him and his mom. I will not be surprised if they actually use some of those things in court against him. This was before I knew what was said. But let's carry on. So yes, Davido lost his school, and they said here that that was a repetition of that. So I wanted to go to what happened. So then Kuti Juice dropped a post. I'm trying to read exactly what happened. So this was what happened. Obviously, people were like, oh, what could have made him lose his school? What made him lose his school? Blah, 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 blah. Even me, I was like, Babolo, Davido can't lose his school. Now, say, waiting. At the end of the day, you should know that the lawyer was just doing a job. Let me read your comment. Audrey said, Davido Papa, as a last child, it was definitely a spoiled child, and I'm going to get there. Lisa said, Chioma and Sophia are big-time enemies, so why would Chioma want to take Imade and her enemy's child? No mother. I don't even think that Chioma wants to take Imade's child. He wants to take Sophia's child. This is Davido, and don't get me wrong, guys. There's nothing wrong in Davido wanting to be wanting to be a part of part of Imade's life. But from what Sophia has passed through, from what Sophia said before he got married to Chioma, that he was still benching her. See, if they arranged to go and meet, Imade somewhere, it's a different case. But Sophia is saying that him wanting to see Imade is his own, it has giving him access to come and be benching her. That was practically what Sophia was saying. And Sophia was like, no. And then again, I blame Sophia then that what could Davido have said to you to have allowed him enter between your legs again when he was already getting married to somebody else? Somebody that he has said, Chioma, my love, he has told the world that it is Chioma that he wants. What could he have told you to allow you open your legs for him? Give me assurance. Chioma, my lover, say if you carry chicken, you can make water carry and they go. What could he have told you that you allowed him back into your bed? Like, make it make sense. She should have stood her ground, like, say, come, if you really want to see your daughter, this is how things are going to work. If you can't abide by those things, say goodbye to her forever. She should have stood her ground. That was why I said there is something both of them have said to each other that they are not telling us yet. So, I'll just say I agree with you. He has not learned from. He has not learned. He has not learned. So, Only Baby is replying. Lisa say, "Why would you be enemies with another woman?" Exactly. They don't know each other from anywhere. They never met each other before. Now, Davido get baby with Sophia. Davido told her that it's Chioma that he wants. Assurance, Chioma, my lover. That was how open enough for Sophia to open her brain and say, "Come, Davido doesn't want her. Who had a child with the husband before you? Make it make sense." Exactly. So let's go on to this post. Exactly what happened. So obviously people were like, "Oh, he asked for full custody." And for me, I was like, there's no way Davido will be granted full custody of Imade. It's not possible because Imade is still preteen. And as a child below the age of 16, I don't know how it works in Nigeria. It is in most, if you go to most courts, that child will preferably be left with the mother. That child will be preferably left with the mother, even if they've taken this case to court from the beginning. Imade would have been given, Sophia would have been given the full custody of Imade. However, they will allow the father custody, like, come see her, maybe summer holiday, go spend 2 weeks, maybe Christmas holiday, you come here. No, there will be arrangements made, and that will be made via the courts. So when people were speculating, he had for full custody, I was like, there's no way he will be given full custody, because that was why they decided to bring in the case of why he was mad when the lawyer was cross-examining him. And let's truth be told, okay, even if I've lost my line of thought there. See, even now that Sophia is asking for all of these things for Imade, nanny here, nanny there, nanny there, nanny here, what would happen will happen. So people are blaming Davido for what happened to Ify and all of that. Even with all the nannies and bodyguards, if Imade had allowed Davido access to this child, God forbid, this thing might still happen. Even if Davido provide everything for Imade so that when she comes, it is God that is helping somebody to look after a child. And Davido, and like I said, if you love somebody, there'll be some things that you'll be that some things that makes you comfortable, but because that person that you want to be with you are not willing to be with you, because those things that makes you comfortable, they don't want you to have it. So the Sophia is saying that no, if you want this is what I want for my child, this is what I want in place, this is what I want in place, this is what I want in place. If you can't put those things in place, Imade can't come. If Davido truly loves Imade, it will bend to those things that Sophia is asking for, because at the end of the day, that's your child. So, visitation and remit. So Lisa said, because Chioma was the reason Davido stopped caring for Imade 3 years ago. True, I agree with that. And said there has to be maturity in this. There are children involved. Parents need to grow up. Exactly. Visitation and remit. Yes. It's because Sophia is older than Davido. That's why he didn't marry Sophia. It does not even matter nowadays. Who is even looking at age? Come abroad. You see how people are married. Age is just a number. I really don't think age is nothing but a number. Only babies are replying or saying that there are so many men that have married women who are older than men. So that's exactly. Anyway, so yeah, that happened there, and it went on. So people were like, "Oh, he asked for full custody." And like, there's no way the court will have even granted Davido full custody of that child, because when the mother is ill and healthy, why would they want to grant? Why would Davido be asking for full custody? It's not possible. And by the way, how many baby mamas do you have? Like I said, on Christmas Day, how do you want to divide yourself among all the children? You have your own wife who has 2 children already. You want to come and add all of that to her? Like, no. Imagine is best suited being with her mom, at least until the age whereby that child will say, "Mom, I want to go to my dad. And as at now, Imade can't make that decision for herself. Her mom is a legal and decision maker for her. And like I said, Sophia has enough reason to say no because of how she was treated in the beginning of when Imade was a baby. That alone is enough reason for her to say no. I don't want my child with your family. And even what happened to Ifide, people are saying that it's spiritual, allegedly. It's spiritual. That how can there be that many people in the house and they did not realize when that child walked away from the house? It's spiritual. Only God knows what it is. In fact, now I saw a post earlier on. The way they were saying that it's spiritual, they were saying that God will expose the people. So when I was reading that post, it was like that person was in a way pointing an accusing finger at Sophia. And I was like, may God forgive that person, but I'm not going to be sharing that post. Why doesn't he fight for his other kids? Exactly. The other kids are with their mothers. Oh, Haley is with her mother. Dawson is with his mother in London. Why is he not fighting for them the way he's fighting for Imade? Honey, babe, that's a very good question. Why is he not dragging them every AK market day the way he's dragging Sophia? Guys, I'm telling you, there is something between Davido and Sophia that the world does not know yet. And until that thing is known, there won't be any settlement between them. Until Imade comes of age and say, Mom, or Imade decides to go to court and say, okay, court, can you say to my mom this? No, until she is able to make that decision herself. But let's keep reading. So Davido said, I never asked for full custody. I asked for joint custody, which in his right is, is allowed to, as the father of the child. And that is what he has been seeking for. Nobody won. Nobody lost but Imade. So I don't know why some people are celebrating. There's nothing to celebrate. Like I said, father plays a role in the life of a child, just as the mother also plays a role. Both parents have a role to play in the life of a child. Now, people are like, I'm of that opinion as well, that come with what has happened, Sophia has every right not to joke with her one and only child. Davido has multiple children. God forbid anything happens to Imade. The way they will drag Sophia. Hey! The way they will drag Sophia, it will be out of this world. Let's continue. So he said, I've decided to drop the case. This was what he said few weeks before he got married to Chioma last year or 2 years ago, traditionally. He said he has left the case. He's left her with her. Let her do whatever. When the child grows, the child will come and find me. So he considered, I decided to drop the case because when I was spanking that lawyer in the courtroom hall, she would get so frustrated because normally I finished school. I was finishing her until she brought out a last card, his deceased son. See that talk of when I was spanking the lawyer. Davido is a learned guy. He went to school. He's exposed to people. He's exposed to influential and affluent people. He should know that the lawyer is only doing her job. The job she's been paid for. That was why I said earlier on that if you know that you can't get your emotions checked, if you know that your head is not 100% there, he has so imagine number 1, Haley number 2, Dawson number 3. I believe he has 5 with the twins that Chioma had. So he has 5 now, if I'm not mistaken. Right, he has 5 children now. He said he was spanking the lawyer. So he continued. Obviously, the lawyer was just doing her job, the job she's been paid to do. And I've always said that if you know your emotions are not straightforward, if you know you are not stable, don't take your case to court, because when you get to court, the court don't understand anything called emotions. That was why I said that I was even surprised that the lawyer did not even use some of the cases that Auntie Kemkem Ajimot has dragged Davido for, that they did not use some of those things to go against him and his family. And people were like, oh, that was low of the lawyer to have used his deceased son. So he continued until she brought out her last card, his deceased son. That's a no, lowest blow. My daughter will grow up knowing I fought for her. Let's move on. One love. You know what? When I read that post there, when I read that particular post, I was like, okay, You know the court will grant you what you are looking for. That was why you took Sophia there. And I'm saying it because I'm sure I read a post that said it was Davido who petitioned Sophia to court over this custody thing. So, just like everybody I'm saying, why is he not fighting to have the other children to him? Maybe those ones already have joint custody with him. But now, just to clarify it, he said it is joint custody is one thing, which will mean that if he is in America and it is his turn for Imade to come and visit, Imade will have to go to America. If he is in Australia and it is his turn for Imade to come and visit, Imade will have to go to Australia. Again, what parent, what mother would want to subject a child to short life? And if worse come to the worst, Davido might just keep Imade. And then again, I would imagine Sophia saying, I want nanny, I want this, I want that. There will be a lot of things. But then again, Davido believed that the court will grant him what he wanted. That was why he went. So now coming out to say I was spanking the lawyer. You know what? When I read this part of his post, I felt a lot of pity for him. I had goosebumps in my body for him when I read that part. I was like, but then you can't blame the lawyer. The mother is not willing to let her child go to you. Though Sophia has not come out to say that it is full custody or joint custody you are looking for. This is just one part. He is saying that he asked for joint custody, not full custody. Now, if Sophia comes out and say full custody, so that would be wahala. And like I said, Davido is surrounded with a lot of people, lots of guys, lot of men. He's always traveling. And when you see him walking, he's always carrying a glass of what? A glass of alcohol, which means that he's either under the influence most of the time. I don't even need to live with Davido to know that. Go and check any of Davido's video. You always have a glass of wine or whatever, which means maybe he's not drinking over the limits, but he's always no alcohol. Lots of men around him. I don't think he has as much female around him that works with him. And it is that child, it is that environment you now want a female young teenager to come with you, even though joint or whatever, it is that same environment you now want to place that child. Make it make sense. He's always drinking, exactly, Audrey. Cecilia said, Sophia said the video has 7 children, not 5. So if we count Ifeanyi, so let's count Imade, one can Kalmo Folomo, as Yoruba people say, one can Kalmo Folomo. So he has Imade, he has Haley, he has Dawson. Then he had Ifeanyi, and then the twins, that's 6. That's 6. Where's the 7th one from? So the one in London, then Haley in America, Imade, Ifeanyi, may so continue to rest in peace, and the twins, that's 6. We are not counting the one in Ibadan because they said that one does not belong to them. We are not counting the one in Ibadan. So if you guys are counting the one in Ibadan, that will make it 7. But he said the one in Ibadan is not his child. So Davido, Cecilia said Davido got a son in London. Why can't he go after exactly to raise the son or beget his son? Secondly, when you are fighting for custody, there is no peaceful fight when you're exactly. See, any case where don't enter court, trust me, they will fight dirty. They will fight dirty. And people will be like, oh, the lawyer shouldn't do this. Because there's no emotion in court. There is no emotions in court. Yes, I will not fault the lawyer in any way. I will not. So he said, my daughter will grow up knowing I fought for her. Let's move on. But then again, we've seen Davido with Sophia, with Imade several times. So what exactly is he seeking for again? We've seen him several times. Maybe, obviously, to be able to travel with her, maybe go on holidays or something like that. I would imagine that's what he's looking for. And Sophia no trust Davido to give him such access to Imade. Like I said, Sophia's fears are valid because of what has happened from the foundation. How they tried to smuggle, steal Imade from her, allegedly. That alone is enough to say, I can't trust you going anywhere with my child. And yes, I've seen people say, you know what? Now one picking Sophia gets. So allow her. Anyway, like I said, when I read that part of his son, I felt a little bit of pity for him. And I was like, no, yes, that's a court. They will eat you below the belt. And it was below the belt they eat him, and he could not take it. And then I now went on to see what he did next. What he did next will shock you. I was pissed that Davido is fond of doing things and he doesn't get called out because people love him that much. So yes, I read that post where it said I did not ask for full custody. It was joint custody I asked for. I felt a lot of pity for him that okay, this is a guy who is actively seeking to be a part of his daughter's life, and Sophia is not wanting to let go. That what more could he do to convince? Hey scholar, oh my runaway, how you be? Long time, welcome. How are you? Please like this and like this video for me. So Davido is loved. We can't fall that. And Davido is fond of, he does something, comes on social media and throw a tantrum, and people don't ever call him out. Yes, because he's good at dashing out money, giving away money, being his nice guy. And again, those of us that listen to some, we only see what he does outwardly. We don't really know him inside behind camera. And this is not me saying that, oh, maybe he's worse. So that's what we know him to be publicly. So I felt pity for him when I read the fact that he was questioned about they always the background, well done. And you wonder why only people will come for you. You wonder why he didn't win Grammy with his bad behavior. Exactly. So Davido has never been called out for when he is done wrong. Like I said, he has no respect whatsoever for Sophia. If you claim to love that child, you are not protecting the child, because every time anything goes on between you and the mom, you come to social media to rant and your minions will run after Sophia. At some point, they were trolling Imade, and Sophia said, come, she is a teenager. Allow my daughter to be a teenager. That leave my teenager alone. That's part of the things, abuse, that Davido has exposed that child to. You can't say you love that child, but any freaking time when something happens between you and her mom, you come out to rant and your minions will go after Sophia and they will drag her, and you don't ever come out, to the extent that your boy Israel will have the guts, the audacity to be writing caption about the mother of your fourth child. How, where is that done? There are some celebrities say, for the fact that a woman had their child, nobody dares disrespect such woman. There are some celebrities that I've seen, they have a baby mama. Yeah, despite the fact that things do not go well between them, you can never see anybody go after their baby mama and start slagging them. It's only in Davido's case. You see Israel boy, that one will come, start saying, it is the audacity that is Israel is coming onto social media to drag Sophia, and Davido is not saying, oh boy, keep quiet, it's not in your place to do so. And you say you want us to allow you share cut. Like I said, guys, I am against a parent stopping the other parent from seeing the child, but the level of disrespect you have exposed the mother of your child to, come on. And it is in the media, it is the environment of those people you want to bring Imade to. No, it's not done. Maybe, just maybe, if he starts to respect Sophia a little bit and cautioning his boys, his handbags, maybe Sophia might just have a change of mind. But let's move on. So like I said, I felt pity for him. And then I was out yesterday and I saw this post. Davido dragging the lawyer. Let's read this post. So Davido took to social media. Say what? Davido takes to Instagram to troll innocent son of Sophia Momodu. In fact, the guy in the picture is actually not this lawyer's son. That is a total stranger. a total stranger. So this caption says, troll the son of the lawyer, and his caption says, Davido takes to Instagram page to troll the innocent son of lawyer who represented Sophia Momodu in child custody battle case after supposedly losing in court. The singer's fans are now in the comments section of the young man trolling him. So, because something did not go your way, you now come on social media to throw tantrums, to throw your minions, to go and drag somebody that was doing the job she was paid to do. And then you blame the lawyer, say the lawyer hit you below the belt. But why come for her whole son? Let's assume now that was her son. Was that the common sense thing to do? Was that the brainy thing to do? See, immediately I saw this post, all the pity I felt for him flew out the window. Like, this guy is not matured. He doesn't freaking have a mind of his own. His dad will always come to compensate for him. His dad would always come to back him up. A 35-year-old father of 6. How much more stuff can his father do for him? So he went on to troll the lawyer. And when I saw that, I was like, nah. There's no need to do this. And if I am that lawyer, I swear to God, I'll file a case again. I'll file a petition against him for trolling and cyberbullying. So let's continue. So he said, and that is the post that Davido made. And she has a son. Tosin, you will live long, amen, with the rubbish you dey sing. So your son and musician Bella Chukwu, you no even get sense. Make we help am, useless people. Can you imagine? Trolling. Now, apparently, he thought that was the son of the lawyer. And that was the caption he wrote. Troll. And you think this boy will ever change? You think he will ever change? You think he will ever change? He has a very, very sour attitude. Àwọn babalowo tí wọ́n kọ́ tó gbẹ̀kọ́, just because you're rich, you're able to use your money to bring people closer to you. That's all I see. It's not even fate. In fact, don't let me say something before people come and drag me. Let's continue. So this was the guy singing.
I need no other plea. It is enough that Jesus died.
So that was the song the guy was singing. And look at this comment. NIGGASTUF. And look at my comment, guys. That was 14 hours ago. That was when I saw this post and I was raging. And I was like, that's just wrong. Wrong in all shades. It did not stop there. He now tagged the lawyer. As Bella Chukwu, I disgraced you in the courtroom. I was teaching you your work. You couldn't even take it and then went on to mention my son. Like I said in the courtroom, I pray you never go through what me and my wife have gone through ever. And you were still smiling, smirking. She's a lawyer. She was just doing her paid job. You are a wicked human being. Like I said, the court does not freaking hold emotions in place. You're the worst lawyer ever. I beat you in court. You are not learned. So as a learned person, where in be now, you lost a case in court. The thing that you should, as a learned person, the next thing you did was go and start dragging the family of the lawyer who representing your whatever they call them. Guys, let me know in the comment section if that was a good move from him. He continued. Obviously, him saying that I never asked for full custody. And he continued again. Useless people won't spoil my Valentine's. Never. Useless people. Who are useless people? You know, it's the way he goes about using words. And then his minions will still clap for him. And I'm just like, come on. Like, come on. So, a video of Sophia dancing. And his minions came for her. His minions came for her. His minions came for her. And this is what this one wrote. Fear women who carry churches on their heads like cross. Their minds are always deep, 100%. They don't care how you feel. When they, like, the audacity of this one. Where will this one be if Davido don't find him? Where would he be if Davido don't find him? Because at the end of the day, it should not even have the right whatsoever to have an opinion over the matter where they go on inside his August life. But yeah, that is how I said the length of disrespect that Davido has exposed Sophia to, and you want her to trust you with her daughter. Guys, I'm still maintaining the fact that he has tried to be a part of this child's life, but he has made mistakes from the beginning, which is now making it difficult for the mother to allow him be a part of that child's life full time. So this one now, they comment. They comment. And I saw a post that I agreed, a few posts I agree with. And I'm gonna, so the guy that Davido thought was the lawyer's son, the guy replied him saying, "Hello, Mr. David. I don't know anything about the post you made. As a matter of fact, his own mom went to be with the Lord 8 years ago. I guess this is a case of mistaken identity. So sorry you have to deal with this, but my prayers are with you." After this guy said this, you will have thought that the Okpolo will have written an apology, whatever post, say, "My apologies." I don't think there's anything like that from him yet. I don't think there's anything like that from him yet. So there's a few comments and posts I'm going to read, and afterwards I'm going to drop the link so I can take a couple of calls and then we shall round up. So you all know David Rega. He has always been after Davido for a very long time. So David Rega said Davido lost a custody battle, and then the next thing he did was to start bullying the lawyer, who was simply doing her job, and even went to the point of tagging her, knowing full well that fans would take the matter up to the extreme. Exactly. They would not go and be cyberbullying that lawyer. So what happened to being humble, as he often portrays on social media? Exactly. You claim that you have decided to drop the case, but still went ahead to get upset and become provocative. Nah. Exactly. That's what I'm coming at. He is fond of this behavior and people let it slide. Say it again. Whenever something doesn't go his way, he starts doing the most, enabling toxic behavior. This is not the first time and it's not going to be the last time. If he was to go into another legal battle in the future, does he think this will do him any good? Hell no. A lawyer will use every permissible tactic to make a case battle go their way. And a judge doesn't really care about feelings. That's how the law works. Child custody battle is never a fun experience for any parent. However, you keep it moving regardless of the outcome for the sake of tomorrow. That was the thought. He thought the court was going to favor him. But then again, there are so many things that has transpired and the court cannot just ignore those things. Because at the end of the day, this lady is saying that we don't, like I said, we don't know all the things that Sophia has put in place. And this is what we're just, looking at what has happened from the beginning that come. If na me dey for Sophia's shoes, with the way that I have been dealt with from the beginning, when they try to take my daughter away from me, I swear to God, they will not come close to that child. They will not. And if they want that child to come on holiday, anywhere my child go, I go. Simple. Anywhere my child go, I go. And there's another post also that I want us to read. This one, it kind of like obviously balance my thoughts based on everything concerning Davido. So I follow this page, Celebs Critique, and it says, "You all know Idolo is obviously Davido. Let's be honest for a second. Remove standship and answer sincerely. What Davido did yesterday, was it okay? A lawyer did a job in the courtroom, and the next thing we see is tantrums online. That's not the first time. Cussing her out, throwing her to fans to devour, and dragging an entirely innocent person into the chaos. That's totally wrong. She considers that she likes Davido, is an incredible artist. Yes, we know. Spoiled kid impulsiveness that doesn't do him any favors, and the fact that the people around him don't help him reign is worrying. We all heard that his father was passing. His father was sorry. Davido is old enough to be able to handle a shit. How long is his dad going to keep doing all of that for him? Before this recent court incident, during one of his previous back and forth with Sophia, that same painful point about his late son, may so rest in power, already referenced in court documents. Exactly. It sparked outrage back then, seeing that the case was still ongoing. Shouldn't his legal team have anticipated that angle resurfacing? His lawyer should have been prepared. Exactly. Was it insensitive? Absolutely, but court no send you. But the courtroom is not Instagram. Exactly. The court does not care about your emotions. Lawyers are trained to identify your weakest, most painful points and use them strategically. That's their job. Nobody wins the cases with emotions. If the tables were to be turned, exactly, and Sophia and Davido was in the shoes of Sophia, I swear to God, Davido will be flinging it like that, like that. His own lawyer will likely deploy the same strategy. It's about legal advantage, not sentiment. So the online outburst was unnecessary, and I agree. In court, if an attack is thrown at you, it's your responsibility and your lawyers to respond legally and strategically, not emotionally. The courtroom and social media are two different battlegrounds. On the custody issue, playing the devil's advocate, I'll say yeah, a lot of people understand where Sophia is coming from. As a mother, like I said myself, I personally would not leave my daughter. And this is what Celeb Critic is saying, that as a mother, I personally would struggle to leave my young daughter in an environment with so many people constantly around, especially predominantly men. You can only vouch for one yourself, not everyone in your circle. Safety is not paranoia, it is precaution. That said, shared custody could work, but only with structured safeguards. Absolutely. A dedicated nanny or guardian present throughout a day would make sense. Until Imadi is older and more independent, caution is not unreasonable. Davido can still have consistent visitation and quality time through proper arrangement. Exactly. Co-parenting should not be chaotic. There are people who are doing co-parenting very well. You know? She continued, two adults can disagree and still prioritize their child's well-being above pride. Now, regarding the man Davido indirectly threw into the line of fire, he handled the situation with a remarkable maturity. Yes, the guy handled it maturely. Davido apologized in the comment section, but when the dragging was loud and public, the public should be equally loud. Exactly. He went to the comment section to go and apologize. He should have he should have reposted his apology on his story, the way he dragged that guy and lawyer on his story. I am yet to see the apology on his story. The apology should be equally loud and public. Not everyone follows that man to see a buried apology. Exactly. Accountability should mirror the offense, which most of the people who are in his life, they don't tell him. Finally, David really needs to learn emotional regulation. That's why I said that if your emotion is in total shambles and you carry case go court, you go collect cane. Reacting in anger only creates unnecessary stress and avoidable embarrassment. I agree with what this person said. I agree. And this is the post of where somebody was dragging Sophia, saying a 28-year-old babe dating 21-year-old superstar got pregnant for him. I don't even want to read it. I don't want to read it. Anyway, that's pretty much all of my take on Davido's case today. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. Let's take a couple of calls before we round up. And then before I do that, let me read your comments and then I will drop the link in the comment section. Okay. Welcome, everybody. I see you. Please like and share. So, Audrey and Honey Babe, since do you think Tyler and Grammy care what he says is embarrassing? I don't understand why he has no win Grammy now. Nigerians, they fight, then they shout. Like, come, what's it gonna own? Now they organize Grammy. Grammy thought like that the thing where they look where they give people Grammy, but you say una undolo will not qualify, and people are like, hey, cancel Grammy, and don't like what's our Grammy's business with that one? Buro Shangi, I've told you, and I'm going to say it again. If your emotions is all over the freaking place, don't take your case to court, because at the end of the day, this custody case between them, it should not even be a matter that they are taken to court. Because at the end of the day, I don't believe in the justice system in Nigeria. And I'm going to maintain again, there is something both of them have said to each other that is yet known to anybody. Hence why this water that Sophia is giving him will continue as long as he comes trying to get Sophia, as long as he comes trying to get Imade. You go and ask the if Shebi, this is Davido's word that you heard. What if other people said there was not like smiling or smirking? So because he said lawyer was smirking and smiling, you believe that was what happened? I'm gonna come off your job. Honey Babe said, of course not. Having money does not mean you have sense. Exactly. Exactly. It's easy. She wanted Davido as a partner, but you did not want her. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But then if she's saying that, if she has rules, if she has the reasons why she does not feel that her child is safe with him, so be it. Okay, now you have said that he has answered the case. Fine. Like people have been asking. Imagine it's not the only child he's got. We've not heard of cases of him wanting joint custody for Ailey, joint custody for Dawson. Why Imade? Only babe, help me ask him. Maybe in the course, you saw how the lawyer was smirking and smiling because the video said it. You ran with it. Cecilia said Davido wants to use his daughter to hurt Sophia because he know that is her only child. So he's trying to use a little girl to hurt Sophia. God will not allow it. Like I said, you know what? He's tried his best. And I just think that he just needs to reevaluate his surrounding. He just needs to reevaluate the people around him. And the earlier he start respecting Sophia, the better for him. You can't keep disrespecting her like that, allowing your boy to disrespect him, and you still see the other people drawing cryptic messages indirectly shading her, and you say that you are this, you are. I'm gonna come off. There's actually a page that is meant to be like a fan page for Sophia. They've been posting a lot of things, but I don't want to read those things because I don't want to believe that it's Sophia that is posting those things. So I'm not going to read it. And if at all, if I see more things on that page, I might come back and do another video so we address those things because this person has become like, let me see if I can even share that page with you guys. Let me drop the link. So let's take a couple of calls. I don't want to go on that page because I don't think it's Sophia that is dropping, is saying those things. Okay. The link is in the comment section if anybody wants to jump in. Let's take about 2 or 3 calls and then we'll call it a day. Okay. Let me go and find that page I was looking for. Honey babe, the link is in the comments now. Okay, this is the page, and this person has been dropping I don't believe it is Sophia that is dropping these things. I don't believe so. Okay, let me check who is in the house. Okay, honey babe. Hello, honey babe. Unmute yourself.
Hey, beautiful people. How is everyone doing?
We are all doing fine. How are you?
I'm fine. It's not easy, Sha, because you know my situation. My ex-husband just dropped my son for me, just literally now. So I co-parent. You think it's easy? No. But it's about understanding that as parents, our responsibility is that regardless of your emotions, regardless of you hating each other, the children come first. And I think everyone's in their feelings, to be honest. And when I say this from the point that I did go to court. And if I tell you the things that my ex-husband said about me.
Yeah, I think I've heard.
I was prepped. My barrister, I don't know how it is in the US and Nigeria, but you have the solicitors and then you now appoint a barrister. Yeah. And so my barrister prepared me. I made it very clear, honey babe, things are going to be said. So I had to come out of my feelings. And you think it was easy for me to hear a lot of what was said. And obviously it's not going to be to extent. I never had a child that deleted, but it was very painful. Trust me, and very hurtful. But I had to control myself and act in a way that, what's the word? In decorum. You have to act in a way where you don't allow your feelings. Because what you need to understand is courts don't care about your feelings or your emotions. And what you need to understand is that I have a barrister and she's working as hard as she can to obviously for me to get what I wanted, which was custody of my son. And vice versa, my ex-husband had a barrister that was fighting for his side. And you're going to sling mud. And I'm only saying this because obviously I'm 8 years. The last time I went to court was 8 years ago. My son is now 11. And we've got to a place where we've had no choice. And that's me working and him working as well to get to a place where we're not best friends, but we're cordial. So I think for me personally, I'm going to say this. As much as I said what I said in the comment section that he hasn't helped matters, why would you try to kidnap your own child? Sophia hasn't helped either. So to me, I say this, and I say this as someone that is in it, living the experience that I'm co-parenting. And yes, there's some days where I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? But I have to sober myself and say, you know what? Let me just cool down. Let's mediate. Let us agree because of the child we have together. It is not easy. But if you say that you are a parent, your selfish emotions have to be secondary when it comes to your children. And I say this because I've been in it. So no one should dare come for me and start telling me it's easy. I'm doing it on a daily basis. Do you understand? And I think the issue I have with people that are saying it is they have never been to court. And what you need to understand, regardless of how much I feel about my ex, even 10 years I have to respect him because he's the father of my child. And I will never say anything negative about him because we have a child together. And this is what people don't understand, is that why are you in your feelings? Don't you know that when you're saying derogatory things about your ex, it affects your children? And I don't understand how people don't understand that. Everything that Davido is doing is quite disappointing. Because he's not someone from the village. He was born in America. He was educated, I would assume, and he has lived in America, where there are other people that are divorced. And I say this every day: we are not, whether it's myself or whether it's Davido, there are so many people that have been in relationships and they did not work out, and they are able to most of the time to mediate and agree to co-parent. Not everything goes to court. Why is it for those parents, they are able to put their feelings and put the interest of their children above their feelings? Why is Davido so caught up in his feelings? And I'm saying this in regards to Sophia as well. Why are you so caught up in your feelings? And I'm going to say something. My son is upstairs, so he won't hear this. I went to court and I put a provision in the court order that my ex is not allowed to take my child out of the country without my permission. Basically, I have his passport. And obviously things have changed because of the fact that I was scared that he was going to take him out of the country. So you can put a provision. And at the same time, I still allowed my husband, and obviously we have co-parenting. What I'm saying to you, if you have a legitimate concern, you now bring it up, and the court with discretion can agree to have some type of provision in the court order to say that so-and-so is not allowed to take the child without the permission of the other parent. It can be put in that provision if she really is concerned about that situation. And like I said, I'm the one that brought up the kidnapping, so I'm not trying to dismiss it. But there are things you can put in place. I think the problem is that both of them are both in their feelings. And I think it has to get to a stage where maybe they need to take a breather. Like I said, Davido probably did the right thing to just basically say, I'm no longer going to. They need to basically. Don't Richard, shut the hell up, man. You don't know me, you don't know shit. So don't tell me I'm dragging Davido. I'm saying to you what I have lived in, and I'm saying to you that you have to think about the children. I'm not dragging anybody. So don't even come for me, because I'm talking from personal experience. Regardless of my feelings towards my ex, you have to do what is good for your children. If you say that you really love your children, why would I allow my child not to see his child? It doesn't make sense because to me, for a child to be well-rounded mentally and physically, they need the presence of both parents.
Exactly. I've always maintained that.
But I don't understand the way that our community is that because you end a relationship, you have to be dragging each other. It's not that deep. Other communities do not get to a stage of fight. I know that it's not for everything, but why are we so, everything is war, everything is fight. Why can't you decide for yourself, okay, we are no longer together. We are no longer together. Let us co-parent. I don't particularly like you because there's the reason why we're no longer together. All I'm saying to you is stop being selfish. And I'm not just talking about Davido, I'm talking about Sophia. Because there's some things that she's doing. What she doesn't understand is that regardless of whether you're a boy or girl child, you need your father. It is very, very important. And another thing I will say is that for me personally, when you are no longer with someone, it's not easy being a single parent. And me, I'm all about the soft life. So I'm all about my child allowing him to see his dad. So when he's with his dad for the weekend, I have time for myself. And especially when you have boys, as I do, it's very important that they have time with their father to bond, because it's not easy trying to, yourself, Mama Thad, it's not easy trying to bring up a boy child in this climate in 2026. So when I'm saying to you, don't assume because of my accent that I'm a small girl. Let me just tell you. So please don't even come for me. You don't have to accept what I'm saying, but I'm telling you the reality. There's a lot of people that co-parent. You need to get to a stage where you think about the interest and the welfare of your child. Your child not seeing your dad or the dad or the mom, it's going to affect them mentally. And in this part of the world, they take it very seriously. When you go to you're going to get judges saying what is in the best interest of the child, regardless of what the parents think about each other. Unless there's a DV or there's emotional or physical abuse, they will still give the father or the mother, whoever is actually applying for application for contact, they will allow them to see their child.
True.
So I don't understand this mindset that because you're separated from someone or because you've moved on, think about the children, because these are the same children when they have all these issues and trauma later up in life because they've not had a father or mother in their life. You're now crying to everybody. Why is the child behaving like this? Your ultimate responsibility as a parent is to make sure that your child are emotionally and physically in their well-being. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not dragging I'm not dragging one over another. I'm just saying, like for me, in my situation, I'm co-parenting to make sure my child gets the best of me and his father. If you want to be in your feelings and you want to support one person, that is fine. But I'm telling you that what I'm doing, it works. If you think about your child and not think about your emotions.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Onibe, for that contribution.
No problem.
Thank you. I'm going to round up now because in another 5 minutes, I'm going to round up. In all of this, like I said, for those of you who are just joining, if you've not watched, go and watch this from the beginning. I am of the opinion that when a relationship ends, both parents has a role to play in the life of that child. If both of you truly love that child, you will put whatever you think that the other guy, the man has done, you will put whatever you think that the woman has done, you will set that aside without losing respect for one another and consider that child. Now, just like Davido said that, he did not lose in court. The mother did not win either. The person that is not getting his full attention is Imade. And then again, my question is, how do you want Imade to get your full attention? And I asked questions that I said earlier on that Davido has 6. He has one in London, one in another city in America. How is it like Christmas days? Will you be there when Imade opens a Christmas present on Christmas Day? How do you want to divide yourself? So these are some of the mistakes that Davido has made as a young guy. Fine. But then again, moving forward, I think just like Onibabe said that they can both co-parent. It's gonna have to lead to Davido forgoing some things. We don't know. I don't think I can find those posts that Sophia said. I don't actually know the requirements or what Sophia is asking for. I don't know what Davido is asking for, which is making Sophia say lie. And then again, maybe Sophia's end is straightforward. When Imade was a baby, Davido's family allegedly tried to fly that girl out of Nigeria without her mother's consent. And they alleged then that Sophia was using Kai. That while she was pregnant with Imade, the thing that she was using affected Imade in a way, allegedly. That experience alone, and this is me being frank, once bitten, twice shy. If I was in Sophia's shoes then, I swear to God, that family will not come near my child. That family, I will not deny the fact that you are the father. I will not deny, but you will not come near my child. And if you want to take her anywhere, like I said, anywhere my child go, I come with her. And it's going to be at your expense. So that's why I said no. Yeah.
So I was just saying, I know that in the UK, when you go to court, it's mandatory for you to have mediation. And I'm thinking from a point where they are, maybe there has to be some type of intention on both sides to actually have mediation. Talk about what are the issues you're having. Because if she has an issue in terms of, like I said, in the UK, I can't speak for Nigeria, but I know that in the UK, 50% isn't actually 50%. It basically means that the person that has the majority of the caregiving, that's where they stay. But the other person has visitation, whether it's every holidays, every 2 weeks, every weekend, or summer holidays, Christmas. That's the case. But I think personally, because the fact that there's so much animosity between the two of them, and like I'm saying, I've been there, but you have to get a length of maturity and growth when you're parents to understand that you have to set that aside, because these children need both parents. And I think the problem is that they're so in their feelings. Now, Amada is 10, my youngest is 11, so it's around the same time. But I made a conscious intention to work with my ex-husband, and unfortunately they have decided not to do the same. And you can see the ricochet effect. You can see the destruction, you can see the hatred, you can see what's happening, all because they haven't got to a stage where they need to realize that the ultimate important person is not themselves, not how they feel, but Imade. So I think it's going to get to a stage where, until they both make an intentional action to actually say, we need to talk, we need to put aside our feelings.
Without even being said, I think they should have gone. In fact, I don't even think they should have gone to the court either. I think mediation should have been what they should have actually gone in and spent enough time mediating before eventually going to court.
I agree, but unfortunately, I don't know how it works in Nigeria. I think whether they have that structure in Nigeria, I don't know, but I know that in the UK, you cannot take someone to court for custody unless you go through mediation, because the UK court system is of the impression we don't really want to get involved in personal issues. We would rather you mediate. We'll only come into it if you fail mediation.
Whatever agreement you have.
Exactly. If you can't mediate, then fine, you can file an application to go to court. But the court's mindset and judges, and I only know this because I have a lot of friends. I have a couple of friends that actually are judges in family court, and they said to me they don't want to get involved. They prefer you to go through mediation and deal with it yourselves. Because once they get involved, it's not necessarily what you're going to want. What you ask for is not necessarily the result that you get. So they would rather actually, I'm not faking. Am I faking my accent?
Only baby, no, I've removed the comment.
Someone that was born and brought up in the UK for how many years? Okay. I know you're jealous, right, of my accent. No problem. No, but what I'm saying to you is that as far as I'm concerned, is that they don't want to get involved. So I think Davido and Sophia, they have to get to a place. Maybe people are speaking to both sides, because for Davido to suddenly say he doesn't want anything to do with the daughter, it's going to have an effect. There's an emotional toll when you don't have a relationship with your father. I know that for boys, so it must be even more for girls. So I think it's really, really important for people to speak to them, to maybe forget about court, mediate, family meeting. You know how it is in the Nigerian community, their family, and talk it out. And hopefully both of them can basically put down, this is what I want. This is what I want. I want Amade to be coming to the US for holidays. Reach some type of compromise. In regards to her, to safety concerns, they can obviously, Davido can obviously, like I said, allay her fears and make sure that he has certain structures in place in terms of safety concerns. In terms of the whole, he's gonna kidnap, have something in place so that you each have to ask each other permission for them to take the child out of the country. Have those things in place, because I say this with such passion, because I'm parenting and I know how me co-parenting with my ex-husband, I see the wellness of my child. I see how happy he is that we don't argue in front of him. I see how between the time we're fighting in court and 8 years later, I see how my son has blossomed, because we are cordial and respectful to each other. And that's the place you want to be. The ultimate destination is the well-being and the happiness of your child.
Of that child, Thank you so much, Ronnie, babe. Anyway, thanks. I'm going to round up now. Thank you so much. Right. I just want to say this, like, Davido still has a lot of learning to do. It definitely still has a lot of learning to do. It's not even about he's married now, that he's married to the best woman. It's not even about that. It still has a lot of learning to do. It's not about you messing up and then you are doing some charitable work. No, at the end of the day, like I said, you can't, like, you being the mother of your child, anybody can just throw matter and just disrespect. Like, just like Onibabe said again, there's something that's in between both of them that is not even open to the world, that does the media, even their family don't know about. Just like I said again, just like Onibabe said, both of them have not had a chance to, like, sit down with either, maybe now this case shouldn't even have got to the court as it is. I don't think they've had enough chance to, like, sit down, have learned people in law or learned people in psychology or whatever, sit with them and let both of them rant, vent, talk. Like, Sophia, what's it be the cocoa way they grant? You, Davido, what's it be like? From there, they'll be able to figure out how to proceed. Because at the end of the day, for me, I don't care for Davido. Because as always, Davido You know how many picking Davido don't born after Imade? Sophia is there, and I don't think she's ever going to have any more child after the Imade. I don't think so. So our fears are understandable, and also again, as a mother, she would just have to maybe put her own madness down a little bit. Yes, we understand why you think you don't want to trust Davido with your child. We understand, but both of you should have the chance to mediate, have a chat, sit down, let people who are learned sit down with both of you, take note of what your grievances are towards Davido and what you would want to be in place. And also, Davido should also have sit down. This is what I want to do. This is what is this. This is what is this. Make sure both of you had that chance to have a heart-to-heart talk, because at the end of the day, now that post says that nobody won. Imade is the one in the middle. Again, when you're in Nigeria, you are seeing this child. What has changed in that time that he's actually actively seeking for her? Yeah, joint custody is his right. And then again, the mama talk say no because of, I won't even say maybe because of that, but then enough experience to actually refer back to you try to do this, just like Oni Babe said there, that at a point she filed a court case to say that my child should not be taken out of this country without my consent. The court can do that, but then this Davido matter and Sophia, I don't think it should have gone to the court at all, because I don't think they've had enough chance to actually have a chat. Like, what is it going that is on ground? What is happening? With that being said, both of them need to let go of whatever it is that is going on between them and consider Imade. Now, he said his hands off the child. Imade is 11, so which means that in 5 years, whatever access he can get is what he's going to get. But then again, I also feel like if that continues, Sophia is also limiting Imade from, living the best life as a young child, living the best life that her father would want to give to her. Like, what, the other time that I saw Ailey in a private jet flying to, where is it, Jamaica or something? I would imagine that these are part of the trips that Davido would want to be treating his daughters. But then, because mom is not willing, so it's just a shade of so many things. But in all of this is a lesson for men, especially because, well, all of the life of King Sunny Ade, anybody in the music industry, it's just like once you start singing, is to be having baby mamas everywhere. I don't know who kind of gave you guys that kind of mentality. I don't know who gave you that kind of brain. Because you are now singing, you should not be putting everything into everybody. Be having unprotected kerewa. You guys should learn to put your cucumber in one place. If you are not married, learn to be cautious about where you dig your whatever. Just because you start singing does not mean you start having 20 baby mamas. Look at Whiskey there too. That one too. How many? I think he has 2 baby mamas or something. There are other music artists in the industry who don't have multiple baby mamas. Why don't you just take a leaf from them? Now you cause this wahala now. Who is suffering? The child. Because the child can't be with her dad 247 a day. The child can't be with her mom 247 a day. She will have to be flown thousands of miles all over the world just so she could spend time with her dad. Being rich does not mean that you come and ruin the life of the child you brought into this world. All I'm going to say is that moving forward, Davido needs to be very, 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 very careful. If you're going to throw tantrum, go and throw tantrum in the hands of your dad. Don't bring it to social media. Because anything happens in the background, you come out here and then people start dragging Sophia. Even the thing where no concern, there have been times where something not even concerns Sophia, people just started dragging her. Hey, she not like Choma. Choma. Like, come. She's already have a child, and I've always said, come, as a woman, you have a child with a man. If you don't have anything to do with that man again, for the fact that you have a child with him, both of you will always be in each other's lives, no matter what. No matter what. In all of this, I just hope the men have learned their lessons, and women also learn your lessons as well. It's not everybody. It's not. Before you lay down with the man, if the man no wear rubber, ask him if he turn to belle. I know they come up belle. Maybe you guys should be having that kind of terms and condition. Same thing. We are still talking about Ellen and Chief Kubana, Chief Prince, or whatever that one is. That one no saying be married woman. In go shuku, in be married man. In go shuku in enter Ellen thingy. You know what? It's a lot, but the video just needs to do a lot of growing. If things happen, don't come on social media and start ranting. Because the more you're ranting, putting Sophia out there, you're also exposing your daughter also to some of this hate as well. Because like I said, there was a post that Sophia made a few weeks ago where she was like, no, allow my child, she's just a teenager, allow her be a teenager, because people were trolling her child. It's just so sad that things have turned the way it is. And yes, no parent deserves the loss of a child. And as also, if you know your emotion, you don't have a balanced emotion, don't carry your case go court. Don't carry your case to go court. With both of them, I just pray both of them have, a way of moving forward with this case, because at the end of the day, if both of them are actually considering this child, the feelings of this child, I would imagine they will come to to an understanding, to a kind of agreement on how to cooperate with this child. But with that being said, we all don't have the full details of what has transpired or whatever might be going on. We are only talking based on what has been showcased on social media. But for me, I wish them all the best. And yes, Davido, no, don't come and be dragging anybody. Don't come and be dragging anybody. This is you paying for the consequences of you doing a away match everywhere. We're still talking about the one in Ibadan. Who came to bail you out? Your dad. Your dad came to bail you out. You're a 35-year-old freaking guy, man. Act like one. Anyway, guys, I'm going to round up. I feel if a few people are just joining us, please, if you have the time, feel free to go back and watch from the beginning. I'm just rounding up here. I'm just going to quickly read the comments here, and then I will say my goodbye. What's it called? Person must really think. Yeah, so person must really think of women, especially men, and because all of that, when you see woman like that, now brain no the sharp when you now see woman and you now want to do now that thing where they between their legs, now they think, and I know they use in their head, they think when you see one way, now one carry go bed. I'm not gonna talk more than that. This David and Sophia fight will affect it. It's going to affect her. It's going to affect her at some point. It's going to affect her. We don't know what level of effect it's going to be, but it's definitely going to have an impact on her. But obviously, Davido, when it comes to town, we see her with Imadi anyway. If he's able to maintain that, I would imagine that would be better as compared to him not wanting to have anything to do with that girl anymore. I mean, the past few days that he's been Nigerian now, he's been going everywhere with her. He's been having such access. If you can just maintain that, I would imagine that's better than nothing. Sophia too have a lot of growing up. Both of them have a lot of growing up to do. Both of them. Otumba, I'm going to remove your comments. Sophia bitterness will truly affect. Well, both of them have issues. I'm not just going to fault one person. Both of them have issues. They both have their fault, and this is the consequences of their actions. So I'm not going to say I'm siding him. I'm not going to say I'm siding Sophia. I'm not going to say I'm siding Davido. Both of them have issues to deal with, and they must deal with it fast, because at the end of the day, the child, they are not considering the feelings of that child at all. They are not. Yeah, Davido needs to grow up. He needs to grow up, and he should stop coming to social media and throwing his tantrums if things are not going his way. If things are not going out your way, find means of sorting it out. Don't come to social media and start throwing tantrums, because, like I said, you throw tantrums. Even the thing where don't concern Sophia, they've dragged Sophia on top matter where don't concern Sophia. Over what? See, because she be baby mama. Now wow. Exactly, Victorious. I was saying earlier that it was Davido who took Sophia to court. He was the one. It was the one who took her to court now. So if you believe that the court will help you get what you're wanting, so why are you going against the lawyer? Why are you being rude? Why are you being disrespectful? Because like I said, the courts will play dirty. They will play dirty. Is he asking for joint custody? We don't know about Dustin. So far, we've not heard anything. It's only Imade's own that we've known. I'm good, Mr. Nelson. How are you, sir? Cecilia said, if you go to the lawyer of Sophia page, the video fans are see, that was what he wanted. That was why he blasted and put the lawyer out. That was what he wanted. And tell me, what is the brain in that? If that was in diaspora, he's in hot too, because the lawyer would definitely summon him. She would definitely do something about that. Like, come, I was only doing my job. If you think I was too harsh, well, maybe you should get yourself a better lawyer next time. That's not, if your lawyers mess up, that's not our own fault. So because things did not go your way, it came on social media. Yes, it was insensitive for her to have called. Like I said, I was even surprised and shocked that the lawyer did not use all of the story that Auntie Kem has been saying about Davido's family to say that, this family, no, that child is better. I'm surprised that the lawyer did not even use all of that, but used the passing of it fine. But I hope he learns. I hope he learns. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say. Davido brought to social media so his fans can. He did, and yes, he wanted the lawyer to be dragged, and he went on to go and tag somebody that was not even the son of that lawyer. Yes, he apologized, but I wish he posted that apology on his story the way he posted that boy. I mean, the way he posted that young man and the lawyer. But no. Anyway, what do we know? Being rich at times, it does not mean that you are better than anybody else. Being rich means at times, if you're not careful with your life, you will just be surprised how it's going to end. With that being said, I wish both of them would have a sit down, like I said, have mediation, speak to people who have been in cases like this, or who know better when it comes to cases like this. And but like I said, there's something both of them, both Davido and Sophia, there's something that both of them are not telling, or they are not saying. And whatever that is, only God knows. And yes, both of them need to actually put the feelings of that child into consideration. It's just a matter of time. If Sophia say no, no, my daughter stay with me, it's just a matter of time. Imade will be of that age where she'll be able to make a decision on her own and say, Mom, no, buy me a ticket. Or she could just say, Dad, I'm free. Buy me a ticket. I'm coming to Atlanta or something. And then Papa, Dad will buy her a ticket and she will fly. It's just a matter of time. Anyway, guys, I hope there are lessons for us all here. And young women, be careful who you follow. Now they are now saying that Sophia na 28, Davido na 21. When they get down, nobody knows say the Petrus na 28 years old. Abi? I am ending my story. I'm ending the today live stream here. Thanks so much for those of you who have been here. Thank you for being here. If I find any further updates about this case, I will definitely be bringing it. And yes, I'm so sorry I've been missing in action because as a nurse, it's a nurse on that's why I've not been here. Please go catch up with all of my other videos I've done. I think I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about Pastor Chris Okafor and what's her name? Doris Ogala. I think we're going to be talking about those one because she's been dropping lots of stuff in the past few days. That case just tired me, but yes, there's been a lot of development afterwards. So I think I'm going to be doing that case tomorrow. If not, maybe on Monday, but yes, there's going to be a live stream at some point. Thank you so much, and happy Valentine's Day again to each and every one of you. And I shall catch up again with you guys later. All right? Bye. And please like, share, and subscribe before you go. All right? Bye, guys.